person, I, Srija Imad Setti, is taking the privilege to start today's program. Good morning, all. I'm Srija Imad Setti, student of Dr. NTR Health University, studying third BDS. Welcome you all on behalf of NSSL of Dr. NTR UHS for this national level orientation program. But now, I take the privilege to welcome our Honorable Vice Chancellor of Dr. NTR UHS and Chairman of NSSL, Dr. Shyam Prasad Garu, for this program. Welcome you, sir.
Yes, I'm here. Namaste.
Namaste, sir. Now, I take the
Yes,
privilege to invite today's resource person, Dr. Vivekanand Kattimani Garu, NSS Program Coordinator of Dr. NTR UHS, for this program. Welcome you, sir. I also welcome all participants across India and Andhra Pradesh. Hope this program will enlighten us about NSS aim and objectives, role and responsibilities as an Indian citizen, because today's youth is future leader of the country. Once again, I welcome you all. Now I request Dr. Vivekanand Kattimani Garu, NSS Program Coordinator, to address the gathering with the welcome address. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Srisha, for warm welcome. With the permission of our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, Dr. Shyam Prasad, sir. So once again, I am welcoming all, and I am very much delighted because this is the second edition of our NSS orientation program convened by NSSL of Dr. NTR, University of Health Sciences, Andhra Pradesh, Vijayawada. The program will be conducted every Sunday until October 2nd at 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. to cover all the youths of country. The program is initiated with the support from our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Shyam Prasad Garu, and Honorable Registrar, Dr. Shankar Garu. The first edition of the NSS orientation has been started on 15th August during the celebration of 75th year of independence on the occasion of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. The government of India initiated many activities as a freedom struggle, ideas at 75, achievements at 75, actions at 75, and resolve at 75 by our Honorable Prime Minister. Taking the inspiration from this program, NSSL has initiated Action at 75 and Resolve at 75 as a mass movement of youngsters, as Dr. NTR UHS affiliates more than 300 institutions and being the most premier health university in Andhra Pradesh. This NSS orientation series will provide knowledge about the aim and objectives of NSS, social activity initiatives. It also enlightens everyone about various initiatives to uplift society by awareness, education, training, and public involvement for nation building. The focus is to keep the low-cost, people-intensive programs to encourage active community participation. It also reinforces the behavior and attitudes of youngsters for the personality development through social service with a motto of not me, but you. The program provides participation certificate for everyone after filling the feedback form at the end of the program. Once again, I welcome you all on behalf of NSSL, Dr. NTR UHS, Andhra Pradesh for this national level orientation program series and request everyone to spread the message so that they will get benefit for the next program. Thank you very much, Srija. Over to Srija.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for your valuable speech. Now I request Ms. Tejashwi to introduce our chief guest to the gathering. Over to Ms. Tejashwi.
I'm very happy, most privileged to introduce our chief guest, none than our beloved Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Shyam Prasad Garu of Dr. NTR UHS, to this gathering. Sir did his MS in 1982 from SV University and MCH in Pediatric Surgery from Andhra Medical College, and Sir also trained and received professional degrees like MBA in Hospital Administration, Diploma in Environmental Sciences, Diploma in Diabetes, MA Psychology, and PhD in Human Genetics. Sir worked in various capacities as a professor, head and director in various capacities and government and private institutes. Now Sir is a Vice Chancellor of Dr. NTR UHS, involved in various social activities. With this brief introduction, I welcome our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir, to address the gathering with an inaugural address. Welcome you, Sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Dear Vivekananda Kattamani, in absentia, our Registrar Shankar, Controller of Examiner, Sri Srinivas, Dr. Suryaprabha, students, volunteers, staff members, entire university employees, and those are visualizing this important national level orientation program on national and NSS. NSS means National Service Scheme. It is organized by NSS cell of Dr. NTR Health University, Vijayawada. I'm very happy and delighted to chair the program. The orientation includes students, faculty, NSS program officers, volunteers about the aim and objectives of NSS. It provides an opportunity for everyone to include the social responsibility and civic responsibility that at the age of 17 to 18 to start with, and even postgraduates and other people are also participating in the same thing. It is a question of problem solving behavior, inclusion of attitude of oneness among unity in diversity. NSSL under the leadership of Dr. Kattamani, program provider, has started many initiatives to train students and volunteers and faculties across Andhra Pradesh and India. The training program is one of the initiatives started on 15th August. More than 600 students and volunteers have been participated. The other initiatives like they are started on the call of Azadi Amrit Mahotsav by our Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji at completion of 75 years of our independence. Around 600 students and volunteers were participated. The other initiatives like basic life support system. We are telling about the cardiopulmonary situation, and they made it in a case of we are teaching to a common man how to revive. A patient suddenly happens a cardiac arrest in the midst of a society, the road, or wherever you are. You should be able to make him to live for at least 3 minutes to get assistance. The classical CPR was modified and it was all created. A great impact on the part of citizens to train them to act as a intermediate partners for doctors to make a CPR to a normal individuals. Second thing is to know your numbers. That is the most non-communicable diseases in the society are the cancer, diabetes, hypertension, like that. So obesity has become 15% of Indian population has more tendency for obese. For these situations, you identify them very early and treat them in a different way. For these people, if you know their weight, height, and you can immediately tell the basic metabolic rate. If it is less than 30, 25 to 30 is the borderline. More than 30, always treat obese either conservatively or sometimes you refer to surgery. And the most important diseases like diabetes and hypertension can be said. This is initiated by Rotaract Club and Rotary Club of Vijayawada, and it's a national-wide program. Soon we are starting off. Similar things like other initiatives like one is Swayam E Patashala under NPTEL, the national program on technology enhanced learning. It's called NPTEL. In all students on massive opening learning classes as a e-learning resource. I'm very happy that the people are a part of initiative to educate, to motivate the society, including yourself, friends, faculty members, neighbors, in this public awareness initiative for the growth and development of Republic of India. Jai Bharat, Jai Hind. Thank you very much for everyone in advance because you are torchbearers of the future. I congratulate you, the team, for the painstaking effort. Thank you very much. Over to next administrator. And the most important thing, see the new administrators, 5-year number, one is Miss Anisha Valli, Mrs. Srija, Miss Tejaswini, Miss Shilpa. Every time a group of new leadership people were encouraged to speak in NSS. That also encourages the leadership qualities in the students. Thank you very much. Over to Srija.
Thank you, sir,
Okay.
for your valuable speech. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable speech. I, Srija Imad
Thank-
Sethi,
Yeah.
I, Srija
Go
Imad
ahead, Amma.
Sethi, is going to introduce our resource person to the gathering. Yogacharya, Dr. Vivekanand Kattimani Garu, did his BDS, MDS, PhD, PG diploma in yoga and MY. He is professionally consultant oral maxillofacial surgeon and implantologist and researcher and passionate social worker in NSS. Sir did his PhD in oral and maxillofacial surgery from Dr. NTR University of Health Sciences, Andhra Pradesh. Also trained as yoga master in therapeutic yoga from International Yoga Vedanta Ashram, Quebec, Canada. Received PG diploma yoga from Annamalai University. Sir is currently working as a head of Department of Clinical Research and Professor and PhD guide in the Department of Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery, Sibar Institute of Dental Sciences, Guntur, India. Sir is also a PhD guide and accredited external faculty for Venkateshwara Veterinary University, Tirupati. Having more than 15 years of clinical, teaching and research experience in the field of oral and maxillofacial surgery, Sir dedicated to publishing innovations in maxillofacial reconstruction. To his credit, he has published and contributed more than 60 international and national research articles and authored and edited 4 books in dentistry and oral health. Sir owns one technology patent for his credit. Presently working on the Government of India funded project for bone graft material production and associated with many clinical trials related to COVID surveillance, infection prevention and control. Recently, Government of India has recognized his research and awarded BRAC Big Grants, a flagship program for Make in India, for the production of graft material for bone regeneration. Sir also running few more funded projects from DST Government of India under the Waste Management Technology Development Project. Sir also awarded Best State Level NSS Program Officer by Government of Andhra Pradesh in 2018 and many more to his credit. Sir has worked in National Service Scheme activities in various capacities in Karnataka, Maharashtra, and presently working as a program coordinator of National Service Scheme of Dr. NTR University of Health Sciences, most prestigious health university of Andhra Pradesh in India.
Thank you very much, Srija, for your warm welcome and introduction. So, with the permission of Chair, Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, so let me begin with the NSS orientation of the second edition of the program, because we have started with the motto of everybody should aware what is the aim and objectives and how you can inculcate yourself for the betterment of the society, many activities and selfless service. So this is a triad. Basically, NSS will have students, teachers, and society, because the students will come from the society and once again they will go back to the society, either a professional college or it may be a normal degree college, whatever it may be. They have to go back to the society. So it is a very big community. In this big community, we are going to be a part for the betterment of the society, and it should be done by everyone. The National Service Scheme is a central government sponsored program, and it has been comes under the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports. Started way back in 1969 during Mahatma Gandhi's birth centenary year, and previously it was with only 37 universities and 40,000 students. But now it is the biggest social service scheme and youth movement in the world, having more than 20,000 plus universities and more than 41 lakhs dedicated volunteers as of 2017. And now it is 2021. The number has been increased a lot. And we do have a NSS volunteers across India. All states of India, we are having a NSS volunteers who are serving for the betterment of the society. Through the social service, they are going to have a personality development. The basic philosophy of NSS is a linkage between the campus and the community, because wherever we are going to learn, previously we used to have a Gurukul system. After we entered into a Western system of education, so the link up between the community and campus once again coming back nowadays, because the pandemic has made us once again to think and rethink where is a missing link between the nature, community, and us. So once again it is started, and this basic philosophy has been adopted very, very, very long back in NSS. So the components of NSS are going to be that students, teachers, and community. So it's a triad. Basically, this triad has to be in a well-balanced way so that everybody will get benefited out of this. We are going to come across the NSS objectives. The basic NSS objective is development of the personality, because the youngsters are going to get into the schools and colleges, and later they will go into the society for the betterment of the society. Whoever he may be, either a teacher or an engineer or a doctor or a serviceman in the military or police. So everybody need to have a personality development through the community service, because at the end of the day, we are going to serve for the community. And these are the activities which we can synchronize ourselves with the nature and synchronize with the people and the community. And it gives the opportunity for us to understand the community where we live, because we need to know where we live and what the other people are going to think about us and what we think others. See, whenever you see any chaos in the world, example, you take a recent Afghan changes in the political arena, probably the old people, whoever in the military or whoever in the politics, now they are all insecure. So you need to understand the community where you live. That's why it is very important. Yourself, you should involve and identify the needs and problems of the community and involve them in problem solving. It's not like only one individual take a responsibility. It is a individual collective responsibility with a common protocol, which is going to develop solutions and develop among themselves a sense of social and civic responsibilities. This is very important. Very recently, our Honorable Prime Minister has started a very important civic sense, that is a Clean India, Green India. Such initiatives definitely will involve the society itself, and it is going to inculcate the civic responsibilities. Then it also gives you the competency of the skills, which is going to be required for group living and sharing of responsibilities. The sharing of responsibilities in each and every act is very important for the betterment. If you want to become a giant, then it is not possible with one single individual. It is possible with only the team. Team can make anything, everything in the world. And it also gives you the mobilization to gain the skills in the community participation. Any of the health related activities, awareness activities, definitely we need to have a skills to mobilize the community. If there is no mobilization of the community, because we wanted to have, in the beginning I have told, low cost public involvement should be there for all the activity to have an impact with any activities which is going to involve the society. Either it may be a social reforming, or it may be economical reforming, or it may be a productivity or skill enhancement. Until unless you have a skill as an NSS volunteer to mobilize the society, it is very difficult for the community participation. So it gives you the leadership qualities. So those leadership qualities can be adopted in a democratic attitude, because you need to have a democratic attitude, because everybody has a skills, everybody has a rights to share the thoughts, and those things, if you are going to tell them, then definitely everybody is going to have an inclusive governance. The inclusive governance is very important for the betterment of everyone, because each and everyone's capabilities has to be shared, and their views and all other opinions has to be shared in a common platform, and you have to come out with a solution. And it also provides a capacity to develop in any natural disasters, emergencies, or it may be a floods. So where all our young volunteers will go and do a lot of services. So NSS is going to give the capacity building area. And even it is going to provide us a national integration and social harmony, because whenever you go for the national integration camps, social youth festivals, and student youth parliaments, then certainly we'll understand what is the national integration. When the nation is not there, certainly our presence will not be felt by anybody. So it's very important to have a nation first. So always we should say nation first, then only we'll be first. Otherwise, if the nation is only not there, then our presence is not there. Then coming to the motto of NSS, so it is not me but you. So when you are going to have a motto of not me but you need to understand it reflects the essence of democratic living, and it upholds the need of selfless service and appreciation of other important points, and show consideration for fellow human beings, understands the welfare of the individual ultimately dependent on the welfare of the society. So those are all things is going to be given by the NSS. Then the NSS Day will be celebrated on 24th September 19, started in the 1969 on the birth and sorry for the inconvenience. There was a power cut. I hope I am audible. Srija, can anybody answer me, please?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're all
Yeah.
audible.
Yeah, thank you. So NSS Day usually will be celebrated on 24th September every year, and we do a lot of activities involving the society, and we do marathons, walkathons, plantation. As well as change, and implies the continuous striving of NSS volunteer for social transformation and upliftment. The NSS symbol consists of 8 parts represented 24 of the day. Red color indicates a full of blood, that is a lively, active, energetic, and full of high spirit with the volunteers. And blue indicates a cosmos, they're ready to contribute its share for the welfare of the mankind. And we do have a NSS song. Every NSS volunteer need to understand this song. It is very important because it has its own meaning. Uthe samaj ke liye uthe. That means you need to wake up for the society. So that's how the NSS song goes. And usually we teach all our NSS volunteers with a theme and a meaning of the song. Coming to objectives of NSS, along with the programs and activities, what is going to be carried out during these activities? Already I have told, it is going to bring the face-to-face with the community, and it makes the efforts to improve their life, because still in India, even after 75 years of independence, we do have an economic inequality. So until unless you go to the community, and if you are going to face each other, then only you will understand what are their problems and how you can solve, because you are all youngsters, you will have innovative ideas. That's why government of India has come up with a Make in India, so many initiatives. So those initiatives, you can put yourself and you can be an entrepreneur, you can provide employment opportunities. That comes only when you are going to come across the problem. So you should have a problem solving attitude. Then inculcate social welfare in the students. So whenever you go to any adopted villages and any downtrodden families, So you can spare 1 hour of your time when you are learning. So that gives you the enthusiasm and happiness. Sharing of knowledge is very important for going up the knowledge. If the knowledge is with you and it is going to lie with you, certainly it is not going to be useful for anybody. Even a distillery water or a mineral water, if you're going to keep it, then it is going to have a fungus. Certainly knowledge should be spread across the people so that you are going to benefit out of that and the others will also get benefit out of that. Then provide service to the society without any bias. Whatever the able, differently able people, you should not make any difference because they are also human being and there is a life. That life has to be respected. That's why we have to serve the society without any bias, whether they are differently abled or not. Even make the education most of the time, it should be relevant to the present situation. Whatever we are doing, it's supposed to be applied in every and each aspect of the life. If you don't know how to apply what you are learning, then certainly it is not going to be useful. And provide the opportunity to the students to play their role in planning and executing different projects, because you need to be a tomorrow's leader. As Srija very well told in the beginning, it is going to provide the leadership qualities. Then encourage the students and non-students to work together along with the adults in the rural areas, because majority of the India still is backbone with a rural India, and the rural India is a backbone for groceries, grains, everything. So when the rural area or a rural areas is going to be developed, then only the urban and metropolitans will develop. Otherwise, it is not possible. So you should go for the rural areas and you should uplift their life and their health, their education. Then only the flourishment of whole India is going to happen. And develop the qualities of leadership. And you need to discover the potential of each and every individual. Every individual will have one or the other potential. It's not that everybody will have every potential, but everybody will have one unique potential, and that has to be tapped. And that is only possible through NSS. So you will be given equal opportunity for working and equal opportunity for learning. And provide study material to the needy one whenever you go to the public places or whenever you go to the adopted villages, slum areas. If you give one pen and book, then they will be very happy. They will call, Akka, you please, you have provided me. So you can see the charm and smile on the face of those people, downtrodden people or the poor students. So you can do the needy things for the needy people. Then help the needy one. Still, we are having a child labor. So you're supposed to eradicate the child labor and make sure that everybody will learn and they are going to get an equal opportunity to learn also. It's very important. Until unless you provide an equal opportunity for everybody and every citizen of India, starting from kid till the adult, because it's everyday learning phase. Every day we learn so many things from various aspects of life. So such things has to be happen, then we should help the needy one. Then identify and map the talents with a respective career. Probably if you go for a larger metropolitan areas, district areas, there are some people who will be selling a small things, even their kids. Sometime you can ask them, are you going to the school? If he says yes, then why you are doing? So they do have their own talents and they do have their own socio-economic backdrop. Because of the socio-economic backdrop, so they may be doing some part-time jobs. So certainly those things has to be respected, and you should give vocational training for those people so that they can develop their own entrepreneurship. And monitor the quality of midday meals. This is also very important because Government of India has initiated so many things to get the students back to the schools, because learning is very important phase during the young and childhood, so that they can be a good citizens of future India. And provide a good education to underprivileged children, because usually they will be asking, can you help us? Definitely yes. As a NSS volunteers, it is our utmost duty to help them. Make sure that you are going to see the same smile what you are having on your face, so that you will be happy and they will be happy. And always bring smile in the other space, because it's very important. If your neighbors are happy, then only you can live happily. Imagine every day morning, if neighbor is going to quarrel, then you don't have a sound sleep, then how you feel? So it's better, you should make sure that the neighbors will be happy so that you will feel happy. Otherwise, it is very difficult to live peacefully. So probably you are looking after a terror attacks, how we people and how our soldiers are fighting every day to make us happy. That's why we, as NSS volunteers, it is utmost need of you to see the smile on others' face. Then NSS is going to have a basic two type of activities. One is a regular NSS activity and special camping program. The special camping program is going to give you a very, very good experience because you are going to go to the village for 7 days and you're going to stay there, and you yourself is going to perform all the activities, including cooking, everything. So the self independency without depending on somebody else. So you are going to learn that self-dependent life. And in regular activities, you are going to do a lot of day activities of the college hours, various programs in adopted villages, or it may be in the college or school campuses, or it may be urban slums during weekends and after college hours for the betterment and benefit. So usually in NSS, we are going to adopt any slum or village which is nearby to the college so that it will prevent you for the traveling. And there are many steps involved in the adoption of the slum. So you need to identify the slum or a small village nearby your college or school, and you go and contact the leaders or local authorities and do the survey of the village. Design the socio-economic survey, take the assistance from different faculties so that you can identify the problem. If you are going to identify the problem, certainly NSS is having a very good manpower. We don't have money, but the manpower is most important and powerful tool for any reformation and activities. So formulate the projects and get into the project for execution. So this all can be done by our NSS volunteers. And there are many suggested list of project programs for the regular as well as special camping. It may be environmental enrichment programs, conservation program. So save our river, because we are previously used to get a very good potable water. So everybody used to drink from the surface water. After that, we have entered into the borewell water. Now we are going into the water purifiers. Imagine in future generation, if you want to live the good potable water, surface water, or a borewell water or a well water, then you need to enrich the environment and you need to conserve the environment. If you are going to do the same spoiling nature of the nature, then certainly you are not going to leave behind a good, healthy environment for the future generation. So think of it, it is everybody's responsibility as a citizen of India. You are going to do synchronization with the nature and you are going to live with the environment enrichment programs everyday life, because every day we produce a lot of waste. Per capita waste development for rich people is around 3 to 4 kgs, and average person it is almost 1 kg per day. So imagine how much waste do we create every day. 135 crore people, even if they create 1 kg, that is going to become 135 crore kgs. So that much waste if you are going to create, then how it is going to be cleaned and how it is going to be synchronized with the environment. So kindly think, it is everybody's responsibility towards a nation. Then coming to health, family welfare and nutrition projects, already our Honorable Vice Chancellor sir has told very clearly, you need to think, know your numbers and how to be fit. Even in COVID pandemic, I have seen, because in future programs, we are going to get successful people who are maintaining a good health. So they will interactive. They are all NSS volunteers who are maintaining a good health, and they're training the neighbors and they're training their family members for yoga, other exercises, physical exercises, breathing exercises, which keeps up even in pandemic a healthy one. So such activities you need to carry out. You can carry out health camps, you can carry out educational camps, you can train the people for building the capacity for their health. Then women empowerment projects are also very important, because woman is what we can say the hand which cradles, definitely is going to lead the world. So in a house, if the mother is going to teach everyone, certainly we are going to grow mother as a first teacher. So you need to have a woman empowerment which is going to make the world healthy and happy. The production oriented projects also you can do, because there are so many funded projects under DST, DBT, which will give you the fund for making the skill oriented programs. So as a doctors, you can train something, and as a engineers, they can train some things. So which is going to be skill oriented programs, and which finally is going to uplift the socio-economic status of the public. And there are so many government schemes. You need to make aware of the government scheme for the people so that they will get benefit out of the government schemes. And even the relief and rehabilitation activities and projects during the natural calamities. That is very important because I think you might be come across it during COVID pandemic 2 situation. We are all working as a healthcare professionals, and along with us during the first lockdown and second lockdown, there are people who are still working with the many affected people. So such capacity building has to be done through the NSS. Education and recreational projects has to be cultivated in the NSS minds. In the environment enrichment and conservation projects, you do have a plantation of trees. Every person, if plants one tree, then it is going to be 135 crores. That's a huge number. The chain of reaction has to continue to keep up and preserve the environment. And creation of park and gardens, because evergreen area environment keeps you healthy and keeps you happy. Clean the village ponds and wells, because that is going to give you the water. If you are going to have a dirty ponds and wells, that is going to give you the smell. That's why you need to have a motto. You go yourself motivated and take 2 or 3 of your friends. Every Sunday you go to a small village and there you can do the cleaning work. Once if you start doing this consecutively every week, then automatically the villagers is going to get adopted for that, and they will come. Somebody is coming and cleaning our ponds. Why can't we? That's how you should initiate, and you should not make somebody else to work. You should involve yourself so that the others will get involved. Then popularize and construction of gobar gas plants, because renewable energy is very important nowadays. When the fossil fuels are going to exhaust, then you are not going to have any energy is going to be left. That's why solar energy, fossil fuel, apart from that gobar gas, wind energy, those are renewable energies which you supposed to involve for the betterment of the society. Then environmental sanitation, disposal of garbage and composting. These are all important part of the society and nature. And you need to harvest the rainwater harvestment, because the water level is going down and down. Certainly in future generation, they are very difficult to get the good potable water. You do have a 2/3 of the water which is surrounding the earth, which is the ocean water, but it is not potable. So in those conditions, you need to have a increase in the water levels, so that you will have a much of greenery and you can grow much of trees. So that will make a watershed areas, and it's going to preserve the nature for a better water. Then preserve and upkeep the monuments and creation of consciousness. See, whenever you are going to come across any public funded organization or a public properties, it is your property. Public property is nothing but your property, because it's a taxation money which has been spent on those public properties, and it is utmost duty of every citizen to preserve that. You should not go and spoil the public property, because that is your property. So you need to keep up and maintain the cultural heritage. This is very important for diversity, unity in diversity, because we do have a diverse people, but we are having the unity. That's Indian citizens. Coming to health and family welfare and nutrition programs, you do have a program for mass immunization, which is going on now in the pandemic, and work with the people in nutrition programs with the help of home science and medical college students. And provision of safe and clean drinking water is very, very important, because we do get a lot of diseases from food and water. That's why everybody should have a safe and clean drinking water. Integrated child development programs is also very, very important, because today children are going to be tomorrow's citizens. Health education, AIDS awareness, and any contractable diseases, you need to have an education. Population education, family welfare program, probably during COVID, we have taught infection prevention control, use of masks, use of hand hygiene programs. So all those things are very, very important. Along with this, you need to have a lifestyle education, because lifestyle diseases are very, very deadly. Every day, there are many people who are dying with the cardiac diseases. So there are many people who are dying with diabetes. So to prevent that, you need to have a lifestyle education, so that everybody is going to be healthy. So which is going to be fruitful and productive. And in case of women empowerment programs, you can do educate the people, making them aware of human rights and constitutional and legal rights, create the awareness among women. They do have a contribution to the economy, because already I have told majority of the women are working from home. They are the basic unit of the family. The male counterpart is going to work outside, but the women are going to work at the home. So without a woman, the family cannot be full. That's why you should create a awareness among the society that woman is a integral part of the family. and create awareness and provide training for the skill enhanced programs like a sewing, embroidery, knitting, and other skills, whichever is possible at the home. And coming to social service programs, so you can work at the hospital, work with the organization for child welfare, work in orphanages, home for the aged, and do the blood donation, organ donation. Nowadays, there are many people who are dying without a blood, without organs. So you can make your donations when you are going to leave your body. You can give the pledges for organ donation. So instead of burying us directly into the soil, you can donate your organ so that you can make others to live even in your absence. So that is a selfless motto which you can do. Because of you, there are many people who can get the eyes, who can get the liver. So such things can be donated when you are going to leave your body. Then work in the institutions. So you can work for the physically and mentally handicapped. So they have also rights to live on the earth, and work in welfare organization of women. That's very important part. And I was talking about the production oriented programs. So now we are into the era of development 4.0. That's the industrial revolution. So we need to have a skill. Then only we can make a skill India programs. So you can work as a receptionist, housekeeping, and hospitality, which are very booming up industries. And even you can go ahead with the computer education, which is going to give self-employability. And you can do a bakery items, then ornamentarium, and even catering services. And relief and rehabilitation work, you can go ahead in the natural calamities. And there are so many projects which you can learn yourself and you can tell the others to do the work. Example, you can start preparing the huts, cleaning of wells, building of roads, which is required, because whenever there will be floods, there will be a lot of damage will happen because of the nature. That time, if you are going to come together, so the come togetherness will make, within a day, you can construct a road of almost a half a kilometer to kilometer. If one college is going to make 100 volunteers to work, at least you can lay some borders, so which has been flooded by the water. So such things has to be done. And even you can donate cloths. Many people will be having a 10 to 20 cloths. So when you see somebody who is not having the cloth, so at least you can donate 1 or 2 cloths to them, so that you are going to have awareness about the society. And coming to education and recreational projects, it's very, very important along with the adult education. And you can go ahead and meet the school children, which really is going to give a good meaning for the youngsters. And you will understand what is happening with them. You can share your experiences, how you have learned, and you can make them to do the same experiment with their education, so that the peer is going to make a difference for learning. Then doing a non-formal education is also very important for the rural youth, because that uplifts a rural background. And you do have a community singing, dancing, which keeps us unity in the diversity. Then we do have a special camping programs under NSS. So you can take any one of the themes. So every year the theme keeps on changing depending on the need. So it can be a youth against famine, youth against dirt and disease, youth for rural reconstruction, youth for mass literacy, youth for national integration and social harmony. This is very important nowadays, because without this, there are so many terror attacks will be happening, radicalization of religion is happening. So in those conditions, you need to understand nation first, we first, then only we'll have a national integration and social harmony for better living. So youth for eco-development, if the nature is not living with us and we are not living with the nature, then definitely disasters will happen. To prevent that, we need to have a eco-development. And youth for sustainable development is very, very, very important, because whenever you don't have a sustainable development, then certainly you are not going to sync with the nature. And there are many special programs, so which will be organized by Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, especially for the NSS volunteers. They will be rewarding. So many volunteers will be asking me, sir, why we should join? First of all, it is going to improve your personality. That's the first motto. And second thing is, whenever you are going to go into the team, so those team spirit are totally different, and it really teaches you a lot. I'm speaking to you because of my NSS background, where I started working during my school days. Certainly, the government of India has started many activities to reward the NSS volunteers. Such activity, one is a most flagship program. So our NSS volunteers can take part in the Republic Day parade in Delhi. Imagine NSS volunteers, 200 troop will be there as a contingent during a parade in Delhi. So you can walk along with the military, police, home guards, NSS, NCC. So you are going to have all those things. Then you do have a national integration camps. In national integration camp, so every region has a national integration camp. Sometimes you do have a 2 or 3 national integration camps. So where you will be a part of the national integration camp. It's really beautiful camp. So you will learn a lot for all these things. Then national motivational camps, national youth festival. Every year there will be a national youth festival in the month of January, which will be conducted by Government of India. The whole expenditure will be borne by Government of India, and selected volunteers will be deputed for 7 days, sometimes 5 days, depending on the nature of the activities. And you do get all over India, the people are participating in National Youth Festival, and it will be a really very good program. Then coming to interstate youth exchange programs. So every state has its own youth exchange programs and state level youth programs, where the state universities are going to take part in this program, and they are going to have a identification of the people who are having a special skills and who are having a better better environment, so that it is going to provide them the unity in diversity. Then you do have international youth exchange programs. So very selected people from the RD parade. So they will be sent for across the nation for exchange of the knowledge. So international youth exchange, which will be completely funded by Government of India. And this is also very important program for the development of your personality. And even it gives you the edge during the interviews for the jobs. You can tell, yes, I am an NSS volunteer and I have done all these social activities. If somebody wants to go to the foreign, they will ask, what is your social involvement? So many of the time, my student volunteers will ask the recommendation letter that I have done all these social activities. And there are many World Youth Leader programs. So you will be one among them. So as a NSS youth leader, you can take part in any government programs and you can reach to the public in and large. Then you can have a rewards in the form of certification, in the form of awards. So the person has to work for 120 hours in a year and 240 hours within 2 years with one special camp, which is going to earn you the reward with the Government of India certification. That's the NSS completion certificate. Apart from that, you do get a NSS awards, which will be recognized at the NSS state level, at university level, and national level to encourage the young students to develop their personality through community service and acquire positive social attitudes and values. So this is very important. And every year, NSS volunteers, program officers, NSS units, and it may be council or university will be awarded and rewarded with the cash awards by Government of India at different levels. So the call for awards will be there, and nominations if you're going to submit. And if it is going to be selected, then definitely you will be called to the Rashtrapati Bhavan, and Rashtrapati Mahoday is going to award you with a plaque and a cash award. So such opportunity you are having. So I request all the students and volunteers who are listening to me, so you make an effort so that all your efforts will be recognized. We are not working for the recognition, but when somebody recognizes the efforts, then it will be a reward for the next generation. So their inculcation of the social activity is going to be more and more. That's why we need to have a positive reinforcement of the behavior. So that is going to help for the betterment of the society. So at the end, why we should volunteer? To get connect with the people around and bring people together and understand the community problems we live in, easily connect our learning with the real world, because we learn in the school, but if it's not going to be connected to the real world, certainly the education system is not going to be useful. That's why now the national education policy is changing into the real world experiences, promote personal growth and self-esteem, volunteerism, and strengthen our community, gain professional and personal experience. Then it makes a difference in someone's life and many more things. That's why you supposed to join for NSS, and even encourage all your students, friends to join NSS whenever you get an opportunity, because this is a one opportunity where as NSS volunteer you can meet the district collector, you can meet the chief minister, you can meet a governor, and you can meet a prime minister and president of India, and none of others will get this opportunity. Such opportunity the NSS volunteers, program officers will get because of their selfless service for the society. So I want all of you to do volunteering, and if you want any queries. So you can approach us at my email ID, or else you can approach us our Dr. NTR Health University website. So you do have a NSS section, so where you can go ahead and see what all the things are there in NSS. So with this, I thank all of you for active participation and being with me with a patient listening. Definitely, I hope you are going to inculcate these activities and responsible behavior in your day-to-day life. So with this, I thank everyone once again, and I finish my orientation, second edition of the program. So thank you very much once again for Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir being with us in spite of his busy schedule and holiday. And already the chat box, we have posted a feedback form for the certificate link. I request all the participants to fill the feedback form without fail, and it will be open for only 1 hour. So soon you feel you are going to receive the certificate in your email, and you need to keep the print of the certificate copy and feedback form along with. And if you are having any questions, I am very happy to take questions from my end. You can put in a chat box so that I can answer some queries, because the program we are finishing early. So 11:30 to 12:30 was a program. So now another 8 minutes time is there to interact with you people. If anybody wants to interact, just raise your hand. I can unmute yourself so that you can ask your questions. I can answer you. So thank you very much. Once again, our team. So now, if no questions, then I can request my organizing team to continue with the schedule. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable speech and such a grateful message to the society. Now I request Ms. Shilpa to convey a vote of thanks.
Srija, you can ask if there is any queries, so that if anybody is having, then they can answer, they can get the answers from me. Okay. And already we have put a message in the chat box for the certificate. So I request everybody to click on the link so that you will be able to fill the form and you will be able to get the certificate.
Okay,
So
sir.
shall we wait for 1 minute? If anybody is going to have any questions, then we can answer the questions.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
There is one chat from Dr. G. Manjunath. We are planning for NSS in our college, which is better. Basically, the NSS, there will be a +2 and in the college. So you need to have a NSS affiliated with your university. So you can talk to your NSS coordinator. Then you can start your NSS activities as an NSS unit with 100 volunteers minimum. Thank you. Shilpa, you can go ahead, please.
I, Shilpa, take the privilege to thank everyone present here for making this program a grand success. I thank at the outset our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Shyam Prasad Garu, for gracing this occasion in spite of the schedule and holiday. I also thank our person and coordinator of NSS, Dr. Vivekananda Kattimani Garu, for giving this opportunity and providing us NSS and social service activities. So thank all the participants and my colleagues making this program successful. To all once again.